Bearskins and cannon fire, it can only mean one thing. We are back in the world of Napoleon Total War with another NTW 3 historical battlefield here today, and this is a absolute insane grind of a land battle that we have here lined up. And yeah, as you can see, we have a great arty position here, already on a nice little hill, as we have these I think these are technically Spanish artillery troops. I don't think they're guard, but they are Spanish artillery gunners with their bearskins there, and they are already setting up. We've got more artillery over here as well. And the Spanish one there, and this is a French horse artillery, an 8-pounder here set up as well. Looks like it's trying to set up as they are starting to duel with the Spanish artillery that is arriving. Some horse artillery here, and a mass of skirmishers also arriving on their hill as well. And this is yeah, quite the hill battle that is setting up here. As you might be able to tell from the title of the video, this is the Battle of Baza, which is a battle fought in 1810 between the French and the Spanish, and technically also the Poles. The Poles are in this one as well, or at least noted in this one. I don't know if we have any Poles in today's game. I think there are some. I think the Visual Legion Lancers are knocking about somewhere, but they are, I think, quite a way off. But they've got the Chevaliers Westphalia. They've got a lot of troops still arriving for the French, actually. But I think, yeah, there is a Visual Legion somewhere knocking about. I can't really see it at the moment, but I do remember one being present in this battle somewhere. But this is a battle between Milhaud and also Blake. Milhaud is a pretty famous commander, at least a cavalry commander. Commands quite a large dragoon division in the Spanish campaign, and Blake is yeah, one of the major commanders for the Spanish as well at this time period. Yeah, Blake vastly outnumbers Milhaud in this one. He's about 3-to-1 odds in his favor. He's about 9,000 troops to Milhaud's 3,300-ish. And yeah, this is a battle that's won by the French. The Spanish, even though they have the vast numerical superiority, do not manage to actually get the victory in this one. So yeah, I think in this one we have Victor's cause being used, mainly just as 10 points to sort of beef up the French. But we also do have a Sebastiani, which corps Milhaud is part of, and then we also have Joseph as well as the corps. Using 1811 corps, I believe, because, well, Victor, I think in the 1809 Spain is actually quite a small point. But we're using 1811 corps because, well, it's either 1809 or 1811. There isn't an 1810 corps choice. But yes, we have Sebastiani at this one because, yeah, Milhaud is in Sebastiani's corps, but he's actually also under. He's actually a combat gen in Joseph's corps, actually. In 1811, so that's the best that we can use in this one. And actually, there we go. Westphalian Chasseur Cheval, oh, it's not Chasseur Cheval, Chevaliers, trying to go and take out the Spanish cavalry there. Nearly did it, and they got a bit of a volley from skirmishers there as their comeuppance. But yes, this is a battle that basically Blake instigates. Yeah, he's actually the one on the attack. The Spanish have to take this position, this house on top of the hill here, just to represent that they've claimed the road. Basically, that's so instead of just kind of like, I guess, marching all the way up to the end of the road, and basically the French, I guess, just camping at the end of the road. And anyway, they would have probably defended this if that was the objective, just get to the end of the road. That is what we have as an objective today, is this building. And yeah, that is kind of how it went in history as well. Blake was using this road to march all the way up to try and, I believe, try and get towards Madrid, and he actually gets caught on his advance by Milhaud, who is, well, basically forms up a cavalry charge, charges, and wins today. So I don't think that's going to happen in today's game because, well, we don't just have only cavalry in this one, we do also have infantry. But yes, and also the Spanish will just form square, which they just didn't do in history. And they were on rough terrain, which doesn't exactly stop you from forming square in NTW. You can form squares in just about any terrain. I guess we could have said no squareable units as a rule, and then just had all cav, but even then I don't think the French would have had even half a chance of winning. But yes, if I remember correctly, this is part of like an offensive basically made by the Spanish, and they're just trying to basically move back towards Madrid. It's in the sort of like the Murcia, Andalusia sort of area. This one's taking place. It's also part of another offensive other offensives taking place. Milhaud just, yeah, basically destroys the offensive before it even really becomes anything too serious. But yeah, it should be a fun one. Another classic Napoleonic clash. And the last historical battle that we did, I think, which is the Battle of Valls, another Spain versus France clash, as most of the Peninsular War battles actually are. That was a classic. That really was. And it went down to the wire. And this one also comes down to the wire to a certain extent. It goes back and forth quite a bit. I think all of the cores in this one for the Spanish are all Blake. I could be wrong. I think there might be... Actually, no, I don't think... I think there's 2 Blake and 2 Santos Sildes. I remember correctly, because a little while since we've done this battle. My memory of what... who is exactly what? A bit grey, but yes, I do remember. We have 2 Blake, 2 Santos Sildes. I think 1 Blake and 1 Santos Sildes are both combat gens. And also Joseph is also a combat gen. He's just all, and he's all cav. It's an all cav army, apart from artillery pieces. So you're going to see a lot of French cav in today's game, a lot of dragoons. Some pretty good ones as well. Some, yeah, absolute giant dragoon units here. Like, I mean, we've got 89-man unit there, 78-man unit, 90-man unit there. Yeah, you've got some big units. I mean, if the Spanish got their artillery set up, they could just blast it through 3 units right now. 81-man unit. Yeah, there's some big dragoons over here. 85. My gosh, yeah, there's giants. Really is. And I mean, they're good dragoons as well. That's better than the Spanish by quite a bit. Already Sebastiani here, just, you know, chipping away with his trilliers, just trying to take out officers and flag bearers. That's, you know, what the job of a skirmisher. Certainly what the British green jackets did, but yes, I'm looking forward to this one. I think it has quite a slow start, if I remember. I mean, the Spanish are moving infantry forward now. I don't think they are being anything too serious about an advance here. I think both sides are quite happily just setting up artillery. I mean, you can see the Spanish artillery massing on the hill there, pounding away. I think the French are already losing artillery guns. Certainly the artillery crew, already down 7 crew members here, and losing the carriages, as you can see, and horses being blown to pieces. Not looking great. I mean, France not ready at all for a battle. Victor's corps, one of the Victor's corps is miles away. So yes, once that arrives, then France can maybe think about an offensive. We've got lots of very good Leguer at the front line here. The Impetus, the Incomparable. Yeah, hopefully they will be able to duel with the Spanish. It's kind of what the French have got to do now in this day and age. Bring a lot of shooters, shoot, and then once the Spanish, you know, commit somewhere or get too close, get in for a bit of melee.
General is in mortal peril, sir.
General in mortal peril. Oh, it's him here. Yes, unfortunately couldn't bring Milhaud in today's game. It wasn't available as the combat gen. The combat gen's kind of changed depending on the time zone you're in. So we have Jean-Baptiste Horace here instead, Corbenu Horace. So yes, there you go, Horace. Probably is Horace if you're a Brit, but Horace, I imagine, or something like that if you're a Frenchie. It's got to sound a bit more fancy. Yeah, already the Leguer here getting pounded. I think that's the Spanish horse artillery all the way back there. It's just, you know, freely pounding the Leguer that have come down the hill. They're too bold about that. Spanish skirms as well, shooting at something. I think they're shooting at the trilliers. You need to be careful not to do any friendly fire. And Spain might be moving forward his cavalry here. It looks like he's going to try and take the open plains. They can't see the reinforcing French army, but they will be able to soon, I imagine, if they keep pushing with the cav here. What's this back here? Another cav unit. Oh, this looks like a heavy, maybe? I'm not sure. Oh, here are the Vistula Legion. Here are the Vistula Legion. Those Polish lancers that do a very good job in today's game. We also got some Polish infantry as well from Sebastiani. So here you go. Here's the Duchy of Warsaw's contribution to today's game. Maybe as many as 3 units. Got Grenadiers of Frankfurt back here as well. And the line infantry of Frankfurt. Yeah, Sebastiani's army is very much made up of multicultural forces. And there you go, the first line battle sort of getting underway. These guys need to start firing back. I'm not sure why they're not. There you go. For France and for Napoleon. Very nice. Very nice. Looks like they're going to go for a charge here to the Spanish. The Lorraine Lambas, like dragoons, they're getting ready. But it looks like they're falling back and got squarables going to the flank there. And already look at that. red line. I think this might be one of the combat gens here. Taking fire from artillery and also, I think, from French's line fire. Not looking great there at all. Looks like, yeah, it kind of looks like France has boxed in Spain so far at the moment. Boxing them in. And also kind of how this battle was going on is that the Spanish are kind of stretched out with their 9,000, which is kind of how Milhaud is able to, even though he has a cavalry an infantry and a cavalry, well, a numbers disadvantage. I don't know why I'm breaking it down. And a numbers disadvantage, he manages to destroy the Spanish force. He managed to do that because they're stretched out, the Spanish along the line, along this long road. And as you can see, there's still 2 Spanish armies arriving. They had a delay of about 5 minutes. So they have to wait a little longer before they can go in. And there you go, cavalry charge goes in, fails. Try to go for the guns here, and you can see the chasseurs cheval held them back for now. So yeah, very nicely done. It's getting pounded as the cavalry actually as it retreats. These line infantry here, they're combat winning slightly at the moment. They need more guns. I mean, these line infantry are losing their fight. Leguer's doing okay. Actually, I take that back. That one's losing as well. But they're holding a bit better, it seems, than the at least in the Spanish. The Spanish on this flank here, you can see, they are really starting to suffer. I think that's the artillery just joining in the fight. We're going to see more artillery. It looks like the French as well join this engagement. It looks like they're going to set them up and maybe get them to get involved in the line fight. Not a bad idea. You can see the French falling back infantry already. The Leguer falling back. We've got the infants of Paris going in. Yes, this was a battle we did on the stream recently. It was one of the Monday night streams, and yeah, it was a really fun one. I really enjoyed doing this one. And if you ever wanted to get involved in any sort of NTW3 battles of your own, then do send them into my well, yeah. If you want to get involved in the stream, is what I meant to say. Then feel free to join the Discord. The link is down below in the description. It's also the place to send in any of your own replays as well, if you wanted to send in any Napoleonic battles. See a big gathering here of Spanish cav. Looks like they may be getting ready for a push. I mean, it'd be a great time for some French artillery to set up. Maybe some horse artillery quickly wheel up. I don't think they have any in position. Vistula Legion look like they're going to shift to the flank. They are some of the better cavalry around here. I think, yeah, as you can see, France has finally read the room, and Sebastiani is going to get out of there. He is getting charged, or getting prepared to be charged by a lot of Spanish cavalry. It looks like heavies, maybe? These are certainly heavies. These might be as well. I think they have like that sort of, I don't know how you describe that helmet, but I feel like they have that same sort of helm as the Spanish as the British Guard cavalry, like the Blues and Royals when you see them. But it looks like, yeah, Spain massing a lot of cav on that side there. But again, it looks like they're going to make another attempt going up this hill here. Looks like another light cav going to go up. Doesn't look like they've got anything really ready. Looks like maybe we're going to see infantry, let's cons. And the guns here are going to get covered, maybe? I don't know. There you go. Volley goes in, actually. That might break the cavalry on impact. It does. The guns here nearly break anyway. And the cav has won. They could continue down the hill. Always a possibility. More cav as well, yeah, a whole bunch of cavalry getting ready. Chevalier Lancers of the Guard, the Royal, there are the Spanish Guard, that is. Shifting across, looks like they're guarding some. So I don't know what the French infantry over here is doing. Guys, what are you doing? Why are you looking at the red line? The Spanish are in front of you. I think they're actually going to get charged here by cavalry. They need to be careful. Why are they not forming square? There they go. I don't know why the player had them looking over there, over by the line. They did. I actually baited in the Spanish cav unit, so there you go. Maybe it was well worth it. Got a bit of a volley off, killed a few cavalrymen. Now he needs to get out of dodge. And there you go. He's going to fall back, woken up as the French player there, realizing his mistake. Yeah, massive cavalry here. This looks like it could potentially be about to be a big cav fight here, and we're about to see, yeah, a lot of dragoons shifting over to this flank here. I think the Spanish have realized actually what they might have got themselves into, and they look like they are backing off a little bit. But just wanted to, and they're also getting shot actually by some of the infantry here of the French. But yeah, they just wanted to let the French know they're going to contest for this area. They're not giving up on this just yet. Still, there's the Spanish general way back here, so there's still Spanish armies slowly coming forward. I think all the other ones are pretty much committed. There's another general here, and then there are there's combat gens for the other two, if I'm correct. So they should be knocking about somewhere. But we will see. Light infantry here, very good way to counter the skirms. Just shooting at them, and that will force them back. The skirms will retreat to a safe distance to continue their skirmishing. Sebastiani here, though, is thinking about a push forward by the looks of it. But yeah, certainly was in this one when I was playing very much out of my comfort zone. Yeah, with a lot of cav. It's cavalry here actually just getting pounded by this is Victor's cavalry here. But yeah, I don't usually play like all cav calls, and that's pretty much what I was having to do today. Also not a lot of for me to do at the moment, as both sides are just sitting back and shooting. I brought mostly mediums and dragoons. There's a couple of lights. I've got the guard Chevalier Lancers, and then also the I brought like a little Chasseur Cheval, but that is it. I did not bring much in the way because I felt like we're going to need lots of mediums because lights are great at the initial stage of the battle when you're trying to take out artillery, maybe going for a general. You're going to need mediums and stuff, for when the going gets tough and you're actually trying to like bust your way through all of the Spanish mass. Lots of cav here, some good cavs also. I'm quite glad I brought a lot of good dragoons because they're going to be needed to challenge all of those Spanish ones. I mean, what's there, 4 or 5 units there? We have, it looks like 5, 6 units of cavalry here. One of them is the Vista Legion, like Lancers. Very good unit. As I've said many times now, very good unit. Very expensive. It costs like 1,500 typically, I think. So expensive. It can do work. Can do some serious work. 12 pounders here on top of this hill. I mean, look at the angle these guys have got. It does look beautiful. They're just able to pound down. Jeez, the Spanish artillery come flying in as well. Oh my gosh, they're right over our heads. But yeah, this French one there also shooting down the hill. There's a nice big hole in the middle of that regiment there of infantry. Again, looks like, I mean, Victor, having, marched all the way from that far corner over there, is now arriving. He's actually helping to support the left-hand flank here. Sebastiani, a little bit overstretched in his own, it seems, with his foreign troops. And it's not like we need masses of infantry around here. Also, at this point, the LOC's been destroyed, which is kind of like, well, that's a French victory, but the French never actually put anything into it. So you can never say they really held it, but they did kind of just stand around it, so it's defunct theirs. But yeah, if the Spanish can manage to take the area around the hill, I would still count that as a Spanish victory. So I feel like it was unfair because I feel like they were trying to take out the artillery here, which were right in front of the LOC. Any shots that missed pretty much just hit the LOC. So I don't think they intentionally did this. It's a bit unfair on them to say, well, you can't win the game anymore. Especially when the French just put stuff right in front of the LOC. Bit cheesy. I mean, it wasn't like that we were on purpose cheesing to like, they'll hit the LOC if they miss our artillery. It was more that was just the best place for the artillery on that massive hill. Some skirms getting taken out there. Just a small little win. One less skirm for the French to worry about. And again, it looks like we're going to have a cav fight here. Looks like we've got dragoons, La Police Generale, going in another big dragoon unit, 92-man unit originally. Now getting shot at by the cavalry here. That has managed to get Spanish defeated there. And see infantry running down the hill. Again, another cav charge, I think, went up the hill. Tried to get the guns, failed to get guns. And the thing is, we're right by the red line here, so as you can see, the Spanish cav is just running for the red line, and that's going to be gone then forever. It's a real risk playing by this red line. Got more Chevaliers, but Westphalian ones as well. They're also sniffing about. Yeah, the Spanish trying to just encircle the French. They're trying to get up this hill, but by not actually going up the hill, they want to try and go down the flat here. And and then move up, I guess, through the trees to get to the LSE that way. The French, I think I've seen that's coming. There's more Leger Impetus on the way. I think from the other Victor Corps in this game. Ooh, these Lagarde Royale over here getting shot to pieces. Then you be careful, actually. They could just get routed on their own. Again, more like cavalry here just getting shelled. A lot of cav just being wasted by the French. Just being passive, just standing there. But also, at some points, we do need to guard artillery. So that's the payback. We sort of like guard artillery with cavalry. Our cavalry gets shelled by artillery, and then the enemy cav goes in to take out your artillery that you're trying to defend. It's a constant battle over artillery, over the big guns. But yes, as you can see there, looks like the Chasseur Cheval actually routes. That's a bit of a waste, because I think most of the cav unit has died here. Yeah, as you can see, most of that cav unit has just died to artillery fire. That was a big cav unit originally, about 50 old Chasseur Cheval. Yes, big gun emplacement still up here. We've got one set of guns. We've got another one there. We've got another one here. We've got like 4 sets of guns. Oh no, more if you count the ones over here as well. Look at this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 guns on that hill. 15, 16 if you count those, 17, 18 I guess at a push with this one as well on the flank, which the Spanish again are coming in for, with cavalry running across the line. Go for it. He let Impetus here put a good volley into them, and the Spanish get sent packing. There you go, another cav unit destroyed. I mean, it might be the same ones going in time after time. That one I don't think is returning for a second, maybe a third time. It's now a bit of a standoff. As both sides just kind of try and work out what to do. The French obviously hold the high points, so they're not going to go down the hill. Looks like the Spanish right now is just trying to take down the French artillery. This artillery here, this 8-pounder, is slowly getting blasted apart. It is redlining. So they've got a combat gen. I just don't also have great morale. One of the downsides of having a combat gen, that is that your army has less morale than a guy that's on a horse as a normal gen, like Victor Perrin, or Perrin back there. The Spanish, I think, as well, they have a pretty big battery there. They've got another one on top of the hill. So both sides right now able to sort of call upon a good, I'd say 10 plus guns to bombard a position. The Spanish right now taking advantage here, just trying to pound the weakened artillery. And there's red lining constantly, and the Spanish will be infused by this, taking advantage, trying to blow up these beautiful looking cannon crew. I do quite like their uniform, and with the bearskins as well. Who doesn't love a good bearskin? Looking very old guard like. French move forward here again. Sebastiani, I think he's just, moving forward, moving back. Occasionally gets a good gets the first volley off here against the Spanish. The Spanish are moving forward. They kind of fancy their chances in a line fight, and I wouldn't blame them. As we saw in the Battle of Baza recently as well, Spain is going to be better in a line fight, but not so great in a melee. Again, it looks like more infantry over here just getting shattered by the French guns.
Routed, sir.
And men are routing. Or routed. Oh, artillery crew. Oh dear. There you go. I mean, Spain's getting shot at quite a lot actually here. And I don't feel. Oh, there you go. I was going to say, I don't think they're responding, but there you go. They are responding. You've got grenadiers in the front line as well. Not ideal. I feel like you've got to save those for a melee charge at some point and save them. And let some other cheap infantry and just take the front line. What else we got here? Yeah, like the line infantry, like the Polish line infantry maybe, but they might have better melee stats actually than the Grenadiers of Frankfurt. They are a Grenadier unit on paper, but are they actually any good? Like meleeing? Possibly not. They might not have the greatest morale. Some line infantry units may just be better than, like some French line infantry and certainly Polish line infantry might be better at meleeing than a German city-state like Frankfurt's Grenadiers. Sebastiani's shifting some chasseurs cheval. It seems maybe to help cover these guns. You think, because yeah, the Spanish, you can see they're rushing in. They want to go for these guns here. We actually have the line infantry here of Baden also moving forward. They can form squares, so they can also be of assistance. And the French have made it there first. The skirms also being a pain. They scare off the artillery of Sebastiani's here that's already occupied this hill for a long, long time and plans to stay there for a lot longer. Yep, the Spanish here, patiently waiting at the bottom of the hill, waiting for the right opportunities. The line infantry here still shooting down the hill, shooting any of these Spanish that stand too long in the same spot. Yeah, Spain really trying to think of an idea. I mean, if I was Spain, I'd just shift most of your infantry into this open field, try and face down Victor here and Sebastiani, and just see if you can line fight your way through. As you can see here, you've got redlining infantry again. I think this is all combat gen infantry here that's just not having a great time. Or it might be honestly just be getting pounded by French guns. It's also very possible. Again, Sebastiani turning his infantry, and he's trying to shoot the line infantry, the light infantry, the skirms there. And that's, yeah, very good effectiveness. It's losing slightly apparently, but I guess you might need to get a little closer. The mass fire of these should eventually kill off these this infantry here. We'll see. Yeah, I might make a quick cut. I don't know if it'll be a long one, but I'm going to just make a cut while these guys are just sitting around, not doing a lot. And I'll see you guys in a moment when the next move is being made by the Spanish, actually. Maybe they're going to make one now? Maybe not. Maybe not. I'll see you guys in a moment. Here we go. It wasn't a long cut. Very, very short. All you've missed is Spain has advanced up the hill a little bit. This infantry unit has lasted not very long. It did, yeah, advance a little bit, as we saw when I made the first cut. And yeah, they have retreated just as quickly as they advanced. I did lose my other gun here though. The bearskin boys, they're all gone, sadly. I think they just got counter battery to hell, and they're just, yeah, dead. And it looked like Spain was maybe going to make an advance up. Skirms obviously would advance up the hill. Doesn't look like they're going to do anything more than that though. But maybe they'll do something more. There's more Spanish infantry arriving here. They might be about to stick it behind the first line, give it a bit more support. That's how you can, you know, boost the morale of your troops. Have the troops behind them, especially Austria and Spain really rely on that. Having two lines of infantry really helps. But yeah, it looks like Spain is moving up the hill now. Certainly there's a big commitment of troops here. Well, at least they're getting ready. They're getting all in the staging point for the next assault. I don't know if we've got any grenadiers in this one. I've not spied any grenadiers.
Your men have been routed, sir.
All of my men getting routed. Oh my gosh, they got my other gun as well. All these artillery pieces on top of the hill are now gone. I don't know how great they've really done, to be honest. I feel like I could have done with maybe moving them a little bit further down the hill so you could actually, yeah, just dominate the area they're in. Also, we had them set up right at the top to try and duel with the artillery there. So it's 6-1 to another. But now with all these guns gone in the center, Spain might be tempted to go for an advance up the hill. Not advancing to any guns anymore. They're now advancing to an open space. Invictus got plenty of infantry back here. The Les Infants to Paris. They're ready. We've got Nassau infantry here as well ready, and my horse artillery right in the way of everything. So there we go, the line fight begins once again. Here we go. Oh, France went in for a charge. Victor's Chevalier Guerres, and he's got in skirms. Again, not big win, but, you know, just one less irritation for the French. One less irritation. It's one less risk to the artillery pieces, which France is, you know, relying on to try and win this game. I love the Spanish, it's all in different colours as well. It just must make it very confusing. Makes them the most colourful army, that's for sure, in NTW3. This probably makes it very confusing to work out who's on whose side. What look like some relatively good units here for the Spanish. I mean, these look relatively professional. I mean, firing uphill is not going to be a good deal either for the Spanish here. French need to be careful not to friendly fire their own infantry. I don't think they are at the moment. If they turn their guns and fire in a different direction, they start hitting these Baden infantry here, which are also starting to crumble. Orange lining. There's a lot of Spanish troops at the bottom of that hill that can throw up fire here. And there you go, another cav charge, another... actually, they managed to wrap that one cav there. They were going to get all these skirms, or at least one of those skirms. That's going to, again, another good result, and the Vista Legion getting his first blood of the day. And there you go, another great cav charge. We've got the dragoons of Joseph's here going in, the dragoons of Betty, and they're going to get both those skirms. Again, great result there for French. Not exactly the biggest of victories, but it's just, you know, one less annoyance. And they got what rid of like one cav and 3 skirms. It looks like one of them's returning, which is, I guess, it's slightly annoying. Yeah, the Spanish are being quite aggressive over here. Looks like Victor's got a couple of infantry units here, ready to pin down this far left-hand side. As you can see, there's cavalry moving around. Joseph has cav just dashing in behind. I mean, if the cav wants to just keep going up and around, it could do. If they can't see anything, keep going up and around. But this is kind of the job of light cav. It really shouldn't have heavies doing this, because or even mediums, sorry.
Gone. A whole unit is lost.
Well, mainly just because they can't see as far. That's all it is. All it is. There you go. 8-pounders have finally got my horse artillery. I think got hit by a lone Spanish cannonball, and finally they broke. So no one's going to just, you know, be standing in the way of the French musket fire. Like my cannon crew already was. Yeah, Spain, after, you know, making initial pushes on this flank here, doing a little bit of pushing, a little bit of a shoot off, they've kind of held back there. I think where they want to go in now is either the center or the right hand side, or at least in Spain's perspective, their right, the French left. Does look like they are going to resituate themselves on the left though as well. Got Balloon Guard here as well. We've seen these guys recently in the Battle of Baza. Put up a good fight in that game. And someone was saying in a comment, yeah, Balloon Guard probably some of the worst guard for like any nation in NTW3. And that's probably true, yes. The Balloon Guard aren't exactly the most inspiring of guards with. They're probably, I don't know, the Prussian guards aren't exactly anything great either. So the Balloon Guards, you know, a scary prospect for the average French soldier. They'll probably get beaten, yes, by like a good French grenadier. But, you know, the average French soldier, like, I don't know, the Les Cons, probably would struggle to beat them. And there isn't a lot of French infantry when you think about it. There's Nassaus, there's, well, Italians. I don't know if we actually have any Italians today. Lots of Germans in this one. There are quite a few French, but yes, like, got Dutch infantry there. We've got Frankfurt infantry. A whole load of other stuff. Sebastiani going in with the Chasseur Cheval here. He's going to go in, try and get those skirms once again. Might try and get the infantry behind. One can form square, but not the one on the end, actually, interesting enough. Interesting. That also has told the French quite a lot of information about where to strike if they need to strike in the Spanish. Very late on arriving the Chasseur Cheval long gone. Artillery is being shot at here by the Spanish. Spanish continue their advance up this hill. 6 pounder here in real danger. It's going to need to start canistering, as it looks like they already are, to be honest. 12 pounder here is doing the exact same thing, canistering the Spanish in front of them. Whether a cav charge could be in the offing here. There you go, guns gone, 8 pounders gone, 12 pounder gone. All the guns are getting cleared out bit by bit for the French on this flank here. We have got another 8 pounder here, just sat in the back. I could shoot the Spanish on the end. There you go, the French are retreating. A general advance is being called. Oh, they need to be careful, they shoot their own troops here. Blasting is Paul again, Cavalry. Falling back maybe to give the 8 pounders here a little bit of a better angle. More options to shoot at. A lot of dashing going on from the Spanish here. They're dashing backwards and forwards, just kind of revealing their position. Need to be careful of that. They're letting incomparable. About a red line and break. France is going to need to send forward some more reserves on the side here. Spain has a second line of infantry ready. Maybe needs to push that forward a little bit just to get that morale bonus. And Spain again has more infantry on the left flank here. So yeah, actually I take it back. Where I had predicted Spain was going to go in, they aren't going in. They're going in elsewhere. France has cav in the back here. They're walking around, just minding their own business. It's the 4th E Dragoons. They can be seen as well, but look at the amount of guns that they can see up on this hill. We've got so many gun pieces here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Spanish artillery on that hill. Doesn't look like there's anything defending them at the moment. There must be cavalry nearby, I would have thought. But yeah, if they can take out even half of those, the French have done a very good job of clearing them out. Spain again is... sorry, France again. Yeah, retreating. He's got the Royal Roussillon falling back. It also looks like the... oh, no, these are all... Oh, the Incomparable is gone as well. Men are routing. Oh, cavalry over here. The Chevalier Lancers routing. Yeah, they got Spanish infantry in this building here, right by them. I think they must have just been walking by and they just got blasted. But here we go. French cav going in for the guns. If they can just even take out half of these, like I said, they're doing a really good job. It looks like they got at least, they got 2 there. Might get 3 and 4. And the cav is obviously going to engage with the dragoons now. And they're going to get, yeah, those ones as well. Looks like they're going to get 4 of them, which is not a bad result there. I don't think many more are going to return. A red line, they might get this one as well. Maybe not. Ooh, they friendly fired something there to the artillery. And yeah, the Spanish now arriving. I think they are going to be lucky and get this one back out of here alive. You need to be careful of the Spanish throwing in more cav than they'd already routed. And I think Spain's actually going to countercharge now. You see, Spain is very much ready. They are set up for their hill assault. They force back the French bit by bit. Got rid of their guns. And now they can advance quite safely up this hill. I don't think France actually has any guns left here. Must have lost that other 8 pounder as well. Now going to rely on musket fire and also the Dragoons of France. There's still plenty of Dragoons of France. Fair, I think that's the first one I've used actually. I sent it in a rear charge. Go and get all those guns. We got most of them. I was quite happy with that result. So much so I think I started sending another one. Yeah, the 16th Dragoons gets sent. You can see just starting to do a bit of a shift of cavalry, keeping it moving all the way around. Because we're not having a cav fight here, and they're slowly just losing their cav, as well as Spain, the other manner. Just I don't need much dragoons there. Got the Nassau infantry set up, Baden infantry as well. Yeah, just so many non-Frenchmen holding the line here. The name of the French Empire. The Spanish unit on the end is looking very vulnerable. Looks very much like either a charge option or certainly a unit that can break. I mean, it's also getting pounded by us, so I think that is what's causing the issue here. 8 pounder just blasted there through the corner of the Spanish line. The Spanish are redlining elsewhere as well. They're falling back, not happy with the that problem. And then you can see here more cavalry going in. It's redlining. It might get some of these Spanish, slowing the Spanish down. As yeah, I think it was a sacrifice really. Sending the dragoons, and now these Royal Roussillons can be able to arrive on the flank. It should be able to match up there. And there was actually a cavalry in there for Spain as well. So yeah, it was not a good match there at all. Another dragoon not wasted, but used up. I feel like it was used, but in more of a tactical manner than in a killing manner. A long line here of Spanish. They had one artillery piece, the French, to throw into the middle of this line to help just try and blow some holes into these battalions of Spanish infantry. Be quite nice. See, Spain is trying to turn its flank in here, so it can start shooting more and more into the French centre. You've got guns setting up for the Spanish. They've got horse artillery. That's been forced up. That's obviously a concern for the French. I think they're going to see a gap made in the line so that French cav can go through. And yeah, you can see they're running from quite a way away. It is quite a distance. Pierre Ismert and the Leconde dragoons are going to go in. There's no cav around here though that is exactly ready. Or is there? Maybe there is. There's actually plenty of cav. There's so much cav here. Another artillery piece they're being brought up. Here we go, the Leconde dragoons going in. Oh yeah, they were winded when they got into combat. I mean, they also got a volley right in the face. They might get this gun here. Yeah, they get one. They get their mission objective. That might return 35. Possibly not, actually. Got their mission done, though. They've got their mission done. More cavalry still to go in. The Police General. We've got Horace as well with his dragoons. A lot of these dragoons are getting just blasted for free as well. I think half of these have been into action, really. Sebastiani again, getting more more skirmishers. Jacques Viel is doing a very good job, and you can see Sebastiani and Victor are kind of shunting up everything that's left over here. The Spanish haven't really got much of the infantry over here. They've got some artillery. It looks like some infantry. There's a lot of cav, I think, over here as well still, but that is about it. The main Spanish push is coming here. This is where we need the French infantry. Another cav charge going. Victor going in with his Westphalian Chevaliers. Looks like he's going to go for the gun. The second one setting up, as you can see there. And it's got to go. If it's going to go, it's got to go now. But I think it's changed its mind, seeing the Chasseurs Cheval, or like some Hussars, whatever. It's not Chasseurs Cheval, but yeah, Hussars are light cav there. All the French set up. But another dragoon, like I said, the Orleans 16th E flanking on around. They can get those final guns. That's a job well done. There's also possibly an opportunity to go in and get generals. Once they've got the guns, go in and get the generals. Depends on how much they notice cav charge. Especially once the sort of like the main line, well, as it is now getting underway, the main line battle or a melee fight starts. Won't be paying attention to what's going on in their backlines, thinking they're safe. Already switching out a few Spanish line infantry here. Looks like the French holding their tree line, doing a very good job. Getting a few bonuses from holding the trees, I'd imagine, like a little bit of cover. Just a little bit. I can't imagine it's massive. It's not exactly a proper, it's just an orchard. It's not really even like a proper forest. And the Spanish definitely advance and get into it themselves. The French were quite set back into it. That's changed a little now. I think the French smell blood. There are multiple units with the Spanish that are orange lining. Big gun emplacement being set up here though, again by the Spanish. Again, a gap in the lines being made. And the Chevaliers Westphalia are going to go through it. cav set up. They're ready. It was a bit slow, I think. Very predictable what was going to happen. Spain's actually going to just countercharge. Yep, there you go. Guns and all broken. I mean, we're getting no melee sounds for some reason, but it's not the end of the world. Still late orange line, and here goes Spain's also got a column of cav going in. It's always a given that this is going to be then a charge with gun. That usually is what it is. Good column of cavalry like this. You're trying to hit a very precise target, but maybe not. Maybe they're just going into the line infantry. It's quite possible as well. So yeah, they're going to go smashing. I mean, I guess also it means you nullify the amount of casualties you take. But not much of the unit exactly gets into melee, and you can quite easily shoot it as well. Yep, Spanish cavalry here, engaged. They're doing their bit. The French, you just hold them at bay, and they're, I think, just side shotting as well here with the Poles doing exactly that. Send that cav back down the hill. Very nicely done there. I feel like this right-hand side here, the right with the red line on your flank, the French should really take advantage of that. They should really push forward. They've got grenadiers actually all up here as well. Yeah, the Frankfurt grenadiers. Oh no, these are grenadiers of the line. These are Frenchies. Frenchies through and through with some glorious uniforms. They're not quite blue, but like a navy. Not quite sure how I feel about that. We've got another grenadier over here. And the pristine white uniforms. And more grenadiers shifting over. So yeah, looks like Victor is getting ready for a big bayonet charge. And here we go. Here he goes. First one goes in. Needs to get support from cavalry or something. Probably just, you know, make sure that it doesn't get shot in the flank. There you go, France in a 2v1 loses. There's a second grenadier line going in though. There you go, what got routed over here? Oh, cavalry again going in for a second charge, second bite of the bullet. Didn't quite work. Did occupy the cav though, in the back lines instead of it moving forward, I guess. Spain routes once. Spain's worst nightmare is obviously routing units because it causes a bit of a mass rout. Looks like we're going to see the grenadiers line go in here. France is redlining, but he's still in the game. Charge here from more French grenadiers. Very nice, very nice. In goes the French cav here, chasseurs. They're actually going to rout this infantry here. Maybe help them rout a second. Yep, routs the second. Might get a third here. And they're helping to just smash this down and, you know, help cover the grenadiers. Grenadiers have routed as one Spanish cavalry unit has gone in and got rid of them. The second grenadier unit might just get rid of the Spanish. There you go, they got rid of them. They should run over the red line. Spain also looks like he's got volley fired back down the hill. Yeah, not looking good in the Spanish center. Exactly where the Spanish center is, you could say. Orange lining. More guns. Have we got guns moving up? No, I thought these were Spanish guns, but they're not. But they might be Spanish guns. They're retreating carriages. Skirms moving up though. No more Spanish guns being thrown to that front line. And now we have Spain moving on the right, trying to put pressure onto Sebastiani. Not a bad idea. Looks like Sebastiani lost his chasseurs chevaliers. They formed square on this infantry here when he tried to encircle them. We've got the Lancers of the Peninsular Legion here moving out as well. Just over half strength left of them. Whether they're going to try and take on that Spanish cav, and they can threaten the lines behind. Cav going in again, the Police General, and they charge. What did they charge into? Oh, squares. Oh, they charge into the balloon guard of all things to charge into. Dragoons of Berry going in here, helping to rout the guns. And rout themselves there. They try to go in for the infantry there. Kind of just got shot in the face as they did that. That's unfortunate. That's most of the Dragoons gone. They might return though, these units. 57, 48. Yeah, they might make a return here. And still got the General Horace back there, but that's about it. France is low on the old cav. They've got the Chasseur Cheval, this is the Legion. I mean, this just French force here just needs to push forward now. Spain is on the run. Just keep pushing on. Don't slow down. Luckily, it looks like the cavalry's returned. Yeah, the Police General, and also yeah, Horace is coming forward. Yeah, this just needs to keep moving forward. Yeah, it does probably need cav support, but just needs to get moving now. Worst comes to worst, stand your ground, put a volley into any cav that charges at you. Pray that it's not a good one. Yeah, with no infantry support, I doubt the Spanish will be that aggressive with cav. Just generally along the whole line, France needs to be aggressive now. Like here, these tiny little Laguerre units just start going into the flank of the Spanish here. Oh, they're doing it as I say it as well. In you go, boys. In you go. Flanking fire. Do what you do best. Rout the Spanish. And the general has fallen. Oh, I think he's missed. Unit here. So this is the combat gen. One of the armies. That is unfortunate there. So that army is now not in a good place. With the combat gen and now no combat gen. Yeah, morale is going to be looking pretty thin on the ground. The Los Diablos Polacos there. The Peninsular Legion Cav. They're looking for something. I think they're going to go down the road. I think they're going to try and chase the Spanish here, which is not a bad idea. France just needs to get into melee. Here we go. Grenadiers going in. These guys looking the wrong way and redlining. Oh, they're not Peninsular Legion. They look like they were Peninsular Legion. I think they're Spanish infantry. There you go. Gone. And the Peninsular Legion surely got to safety. Very much a like I said, so multiplayer we've had. There you go, charging again. Not into a decent like Spanish infantry there. Horace needs to get out of there. Get out of there, boy. And I think Spain, I think they're running. They're running their troops. How worried they are. I mean, look at the amount of troops. We had a bit of cav here. Do so much damage. I say that I was the cav caller. I really should be doing the one saying, oh, let's set them in. I mean, the Police General, they are fresh again. So the, oh no, they're active on the Berry Dragoons. But yeah, if we managed to catch these guys on the run, oh, could have been over. Could have been over. But it's still, Spain has got a bit of fight in them. Just for now. They're also now falling back on their defensive positions. France takes on the role of being the aggressor rather than the defensive player. Apart from on this side here, where France is again running away. Grenadiers of Frankfurt again in a line fight. Maybe they were better at shooting. Maybe I know nothing. Again, cavalry here just getting absolutely bombarded. Targeted wherever they go. I mean, they're also, I think Spain's just lost the cav unit for free there, pretty much. Just got shot in the face. And a poor micro and go through that gap there. Oh, it's getting hit hard as this Police General here as the cavalry advances. What are you going to go for? What are you going to go for? There's a whole load along the line here they can get. They're redlining though. Winded. Ooh, it's not looking good. Not looking good. I think they're going to get routed before they even get to melee yet. Unfortunate. Just a long way for them to go. They needed a little bit more infantry cover. We've got Horace on the flank now. I think the other Dragoon's still very much alive. Yeah, my Dragoons of Berry. Don't know if the La General Police will make a return now. It's 33, possibly not. General Henry got left behind though for Spain. That would have been unfortunate if he had been. Yeah, Spain still got quite a lot. As you can see, a lot of calves still left for Spain. They've got so much calves just stacked up here. Here goes Sebastiani with just Chevalier is going to go for a charge here. Didn't charge in the end. These guys probably couldn't form square, but he had the chance. He could have gone in. Spain's now able to react, and the moment is lost. If anything, these dragoons are going to have to do a do or die and go for the final gun positions on this hill here. It looks like we've got, more than enough Spanish guns. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we've got another 5, 6. Yeah, all on this hill, blasting the French centre as they move forward. The French right just needs to get back into melee again. But yeah, there's a good long line of infantry here in reserve, healthy infantry as well, and a grenadier unit. They can all just swing in, they can just out-position, just go in column, just march in here with cavalry support as well. Push back the Spanish cav and go in for the Spanish lines. Our infantry still holding the line. Spanish cav again going in, routing French infantry right down the middle of the battlefield. And go the dragoons of Berry. The only really thing we can do to stop them is to just send in our own cav. Should route this. The artillery though is just chewing up stuff left, right, and center in their canister. And goes the infants of Paris. They're going to go in for the guns, I think. Being blasted though by Spanish infantry as they go by. That's unfortunate. Now the dragoons of Berry can get amongst the guns. And again, Spain looks like they sent the French pack in. They still hold on to, I think, most of their guns, if not all of them. Yeah, I think they're still on the hold up on all 3 batteries. Here go the Poles, they're going in. French cav on the flank here has been caught, that's not great. They didn't get a charge at all off. That could be decisive. If they lose that cav flight there, they could end up losing the whole flank. Poles look like they've broken through a little bit. But Spain responds by charging again into the French centre with more cavalry. The dragoons are nowhere in sight. They're routed. This is not looking good. I mean, actually, they're redlining. Spain did win that cav fight in the flank. It doesn't necessarily matter though, because there's more Spanish cav arriving. Dealing with the Frankfurt infantry here. Can the French charge in the back of the Spanish here? They might just deal with them. We'll see. Here we go. France is getting ready. They are sort of redlining a little bit. All these orange lining. So this one, yeah, I was going to say, now needs to go into the flank here. It's got the gap it needs. The Spanish retreating infantry. They're going to melee. And here we go. Horace goes in against a whole bunch of cavalry. This general being risked here. At this point, I have no army left. My cav has done as best as it can. Well, grenadiers supporting me in here as well. A 2v1 at the moment. A bit of shooting from the French could help, from the French infantry could help rout these guys. There's one cav gone. Another Spanish cav though, about to come forward. There you go, another Spanish cav gone. Can Horace get the final one? Gonna get 3 of 3? Probably. He's already mass routing. Yeah. The French charged. The French won that charge there. Might get this one. The Grenadiers might need to set up and get it. French though on, Spanish aren't yet out of the game. They still have most of their generals. So they can re-rally troops. Spanish infantry takes ages to rout because it just keeps returning because it's so healthy. And Spain still has cav in the game as well. A heavy cav here. Charges in. I mean, they're forming square here, which is great, but they can't form square here, it seems. Spanish cav there might cause a whole load of upsets. They seem to have held in the center here just about. The right needs to get a move on and just tuck in and just help take this this area around the church, and then they should be able to get a victory. The Spanish went into melee, helped rout the French infantry here. The heavies survived. That's 3 units of infantry that are routed. Frankfurt infantry can't form squares, so they just have to kind of just stand there. They blasted the Spanish infantry. Mike hit the cav. The Baden infantry needs also just blast a hole into them. There you go, routed the Spanish cavalry, and also looks like they got the Spanish infantry. And there you go. There's not a lot left in the end for the French. I mean, there's a fair amount on the right, but I mean the rest. I mean, I'm gone. I think Sebastiani has got what, like 3 or 4 units left. The other victor is spent. The French armies are in a bad place now. Real bad place. But yeah, it looks like, just by the skin of their teeth, the French are going to win the Battle of Baza. I don't think they ever were in a spot. I mean, when they lost the guns, that's looking pretty bad. But I don't think they were ever in a spot where they were in great discomfort. The Spanish sat back for quite a while and just basically tried to annoy the French as much as possible. They didn't really strain the lines at all. I'm just going to fast forward now as we wait. I think just Spanish infantry units just routing and returning. It's just another cav here returns. This is the heavy again. I think it is. A heavy going in. That was the same one, but yeah, there you go. Another Spanish cav causing issues there. Getting rid of the Frankfurt infantry. Those guys have fought for so long. Yeah, and there's still 2 Spanish infantry units over here. They were semi-victorious in their battle that they had. But I think there's Spanish infantry way off over here in the houses that just. I think there's a couple of units over there, and they're just passive, doing nothing there. Just basically guarding the flank for nothing that was going to come. Grenadiers on a Lacan form square. They could get rid of the cav, and there you go. They're going to charge into the infantry. Get rid of them easily enough. But yeah, Battle of Baza, it's going to follow history, it seems. It's not going to be a historical change in this one. France is going to win. It's not going to be a Spanish surprise. But yes, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. It's certainly fun to be showing off NTW3, and I've got a whole bunch of historical battles, a lot of Peninsula ones actually to get through. So I'm trying to get through a fair amount of them so they don't pile up. But I hope you guys do enjoy these historical battles. Let me know in the comments what you prefer. If you prefer more of a historical one or more of the custom ones, or you don't really care as long as you see NTW3. Let me know what you think. But yeah, I think we're just now waiting. I don't know. We've got 1:40 left. Whether we're going to see the time run out or whether we're going to see the Spanish fully rout, we will see. But either way, the French will win. They held the LOC with the building on. I think that's what the Spanish were going for. And they are pretty much wiped out. The Spanish, have 2 units over here that I think were guarding the town. And these are some pretty good units, actually. A pretty good light infantry here. And I think this is a relatively decent line infantry here as well. So yeah, they unfortunately kept those out of the game. Just guarding nothing. And they could have at least, I mean, they were guarding the building, which the cavalry were kind of like sneaking around. They didn't even like go out of the building to try and challenge the cav. But there you go. It says a draw, but that is definitely a French victory here at Baza. It was only a matter of time until these 2 Spanish units got routed by the French muskets there. But yeah, hopefully the end results are on your screen for you to check out. It's from my perspective as the Joseph Corps, as the all-cav corps. I don't think I got masses of kills, if I remember. I don't even think I got 1-to-1 kills with the amount of men I brought. But I ended up having to use dragoons as light cav, basically taking out artillery and killing other cavalry as well was kind of the main sort of jobs. They didn't get to really go in and go for mass infantry charges on or cavalry charges on infantry and just run down some Spanish infantry. Unfortunately, but yeah, my unit stats, nothing that impressive. 62 with the Police General. But yeah, as you can see there, nothing insane with an all-cav sort of army. I don't often do all-cav corps, but I certainly would try it again. I feel like it's not a bad idea, especially with all dragoons. It's quite a fun idea. But yeah, there you go, guys. I hope you did enjoy the Battle of Baza. If you want to see more NTW3 on the channel, do leave a like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any streams or uploads, and do feel free to check out some of the glorious videos appearing on your screen now. Some good ones there. But until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.